Hey guys, how's it going? This is Holmes here from Team Murder checking in midweek on our This Week Pro at Awesomenauts series. It is Wednesday, I believe it is September 10th, and we're about halfway through our play session. How has it been going for you so far, Sand?
It's been going pretty good. I've had a few situations where I've had to use my non-standard champions, but in total, most of my games have been with Durple. I've gotten 29 games under my belt, 17 wins. I'm currently in Bronze League, rank 38,201st. Interesting enough, I am also charged with 2 abandons. Uh, there seems like I play late at night, my sleep schedule's messed up. And if I'm in a game and I just hit space and say screw it, start the game, and then I'm in the game, and then another game starts up for some reason, and there's more people in there, it'll be like, hey, shift to this game. And it blocks my screen. I have to shift. Unless I like TP back or like open the menu and close it like 30 times or wait like a minute, it just blocks my screen, which makes it really hard to switch too. And then it goes away. But that apparently counts as an abandon. So I think that hampered it. I should be a bit higher in rank. But other than that, that's basically how it's been going. It's less than I would like. What about you? You've been getting a lot more than I have.
Yeah, I haven't played a ton today specifically, but so far I think I've got something like 27 hours clocked on Steam. I'm sitting at 50 games played and 29 wins, so just about 3/5 win rate, something like that. I don't have any abandons, so I'm fantastic. My ranking is about 16,640, so I think mathematically I'm about twice as awesome as you are, or awesome not as you are, haha, pun intended. Sitting in Gold League. I've been in Gold League for a while though. I'm hoping with 1 or 2 more wins I should be able to rank up into what was above gold? Like
Oh,
plutonium or something?
um, what was
Or
above
uranium?
gold?
Something silly.
Awesome, not because it almost follows the very standard approach, but then it doesn't. I switched to there. You can see. Um, okay, so he is here in gold. I am here in bronze. Then it goes thorium, plutonium, crimsonite, Awesomenauts. Took me about 6 tries to figure out how to pronounce that properly. But this is the ranking system. I'm not too sure why they section it up into 2 sections. The matchmaking is an interesting system too. I believe 5 is. Ooh, okay, that's an image. 5 is the center. 5 will never go into to 1 or 9, but 6 can go to 9. So right now I'm in bronze. So at late at night, I'm pulling from 8, 9, 6, 5, and 4. Not fun, but yeah. So
Yeah, I mean I'm right about there with you. There. But so that being said, we have played a decent amount of this game, and like I said, the games played isn't totally reflective of our hours played because we've played a lot of custom games trying to get a feel for different champions and, just sort of screwing around at different points. And we've noticed some different things about the game that we think, at the very least, are worth mentioning or talking about. I'm sure there are plenty of you long-time and die-hard Awesomenaut fans that are going to watch these videos and are going to scream your heads off at us, and I fully encourage you to leave comments telling us what terrible and unintelligent people we are. I'd love to have a conversation with you about it. But that being
oh
said,
god.
Sand, what do you think about jumping into a custom game and sort of talking some of this stuff out?
Yeah, definitely. We can go over some of the champions and all that while we whoop some bots. That sounds like fun. Sounds like my late night
Alright,
games
then let's
anyway.
jump into that. Alright, and here we are at the champion selection screen. Who do you think you're going to play, Sam?
I'm gonna play my normal Durple. I used to build him 30, but I think I'm gonna start building him more catty. That makes a lot more sense if you know Durple. If you don't make Durple, I just sound crazy.
Kind of. I'm going to play me some Voltar. And I might build Silly too, because we are playing custom games, so we can sort of talk and play at the same time, so might build something a little unorthodox.
Yeah. I know the way I normally build Durple is I go nuke range, cat damage and range, and then I kind of alternate between nuke range and cat damage and range, or nuke damage and cat damage and range.
It's so silly to me that you shoot cats. Spacebar to start. Alright, let's launch into this. I've gotten pretty good at this little mini game.
Oh.
Have you gotten any better at it? Because I know you sucked when we first started.
Have I got better? Yes. Am I still good at it? Or am I good at it? Not quite.
Yeah.
Hence why I have to go and do this.
You're gonna go creep. I don't think there is any creeper. I guess you're gonna go with the solar.
Yep, I just needed a little bit more.
Alright,
But,
there's my heal bot. So that's good.
So who are we against? We've got Gnaw, Fish,
And Froggy G.
yes, and Froggy G.
That's his name, man. Froggy G. Oh my god. Okay. So then, speaking of those champions, I guess that'll bring us into our first talking point, of champions that we like and
And
dislike.
Froggy G.
we kind of want to talk about the roster of champions that we've been playing with and against. So I guess obviously, including Durple and other champions, who have you been playing or playing against that you either really like or dislike? Who do you have strong opinions on, Sand?
Stop shooting at me. Oh no, I got closer. Well, that butterfly guy is a bit of an asshole.
I really like him.
But I think probably my least favorite champion, personally, to fight is definitely going to be Leon, because if you look at my guy right now, if I turn around and start shooting, I'm definitely not actually turned around, which causes a bit of a problem because he can still get behind me, even though he's not really behind me.
Yeah, he's a frustrating champion. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you too on that point of I really don't like playing against him, but this for two reasons. One is because everyone seems to love to play him. Like for the first 30 games I played, I swear there was always 2 Leons per game, 1 on each team, which just gets kind of bothersome. And 2, he doesn't have any counterplay. It's like when you're playing against him, if he sort of gets really strong and gets a couple early kills, there's no way to see him when he's stealthed, and I don't know if you've noticed, if you shoot him while he's stealthed, like if you find him, it doesn't unstealth him.
No, it doesn't. You do see the damage numbers, which I do use to my advantage occasionally, but
Yeah, it's just
you
it's really
definitely have to just
frustrating.
keep aiming at the numbers.
Just because there's no like vision stone, there's no wards, there's no abilities that uncovers him, he's just invisible, and you just have to deal with it, which is frustrating. I found ways to deal with them, but I don't really like to. What about Aya? What's her name? The monk?
I've either seen her destroy people or be destroyed. She's definitely a very skill-heavy champion. I'm actually not terrible at her. The later game I end up falling off a lot more, but
Yeah, she seems to
I
be
don't
strong.
know.
She's
She's definitely interesting.
We got
She's
shielded.
also super new too.
Yeah, that's true. And I'm trying to think. Obviously, I really like Voltar. He's one of the only really hardcore supports in this game. And I'm sure you like me playing Voltar. You like me liking Voltar because we kind of have been accused in games of playing TF2 as in heavy medic, which I'm okay with because when we play TF2, we actually play heavy medic. Although I'm the heavy and he's the medic, but a little role reversal is good for everyone, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And how about Gnaw is sort of the last, he's at least the last champion I want to talk about that I hate playing against, because a good Gnaw is just a bastard.
It was bad. It was bad. Yeah, he's built so heavily around dots and dot-related activities, it's just kind of, if he hits you, he's gonna just keep on hitting you, like,
Yeah.
it's really irritating. But, actually one other champion that I think definitely trumps Gnaw. Coco. Coco bot, super easy. Coco player who knows what they're doing. Coco's like, okay, there's Raylan. She's got a sniper shot that's like a Spartan laser beam, and you cannot shoot through turrets, you can't shoot through obstacles, you can't shoot through anything. It
Except
gets
for
blocked.
people, you can shoot
But
through players.
Coco, yes, you can shoot through entities, just not through obstacles. Coco does not follow these rules. She can shoot through anything. She can sit in another lane and harass a different lane. And
Really
she's super
hard.
fast and
It
super
hits
mobile.
like a truck, like retardedly
And
hard.
is a huge knockback.
Mhm.
Like an absolutely huge knockback.
Yeah, she's frustrating. On the bright side, she's not super popular because she is really squirrely and not the easiest in the world to use. But you are right, when someone knows how to play her, it's just really not fun to play against it. There's not a lot to be done. God, kill that. I want to kill that Froggy G. Shoot cats at him.
I know.
Shoot cats at him.
I'm shooting a lot of cats at him.
Oh my god. Okay.
Get trapped. Oh, he didn't follow me.
Fishy. That fish is an interesting champion. I don't have a ton to say about him, but I have noticed he's a great turret pusher.
Heal me, heal me, heal me, heal me, heal me!
Yeah!
Give me below the... Okay, I'm good, I'm good.
Alright, you go heal and find our second talking point while I push the lane.
Well, I would probably say... We talked a bit about champions. How do you feel about the solar in this game? Because one thing that needs to be noted is there is no leveling system whatsoever. It's all solar instead. So you progress your character via solar, and I can just sit here. I can walk around, collect solar. Like this would be the equivalent in League of jungling.
Well, you gain passive gold in League too, but yes, it's something to be noted.
No,
I'm. What are you doing?
Like I'm just going around and collecting all the ground solar.
Oh.
Like
see,
I just got like
kind of
15, 20 solar.
The thing about it is, what I've noticed, and which we sort of talked about a little earlier, is that, in this game, there's only one map. It's the first one, the jungle map, that actually, funnily enough, has jungle creeps on it. Or, I guess the other ones have a few up top, but
yeah,
it's not like in, it's not like in other MOBAs where there's a sustainable source of income for one player. It's like I couldn't just sit there and farm the jungle, basically play PvE. I can't do that in this game and earn a respectable amount of solar, which I like because it fits, I think, to me, the nature and personality of this game. You know, like we've talked a lot about, this is a very fast-paced, sort of easier game to get in and out of, and they want you to be in there playing. They don't want you roaming around the jungle and playing anti-mage for 45 minutes and then suddenly fun's over, you come out of the jungle with 6 items and crush, you know? And I don't know.
True.
That's definitely a thing about it. Something interesting to note, I sort of have a different perspective on the solar system because I'm the only champion in the game that can gain it by healing, and due to that, I usually make substantially more money than anyone else.
They can't get past me.
Yeah, I make a lot more money than everyone else. I earn a certain percentage of my healing done with my healing team, the solar. Which is kind of nice. I don't know, how do you feel about it in terms of there not being any hard leveling like in a standard MOBA? There's no experience, there's just money.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I don't know, we've played a lot of games and I'm still not 100% sure how I feel about this. It's not just the leveling system, it's the items too. The equivalent of getting like a Triforce would be just getting one of the upgrades on your abilities, which makes it a little bit more segmented in the sense of you can't really build the wrong item. It's going to be at least good for you in some way. You can obviously make poor decisions, that's always an option.
Yeah,
but
there's more and less effective builds for every character, and depending on the situation, I feel like too. I've noticed that, and I think you have too.
You could just win, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let's just go for it, and if we have to play another game, we'll play another game. I guess we've gotten really good at this game, because when we first started playing this, we had our asses kicked by these bots.
You didn't turn it down at all, eh?
No, this is set to what it was when we started playing Sunday night.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
Alright. But yeah,
Crush
I've noticed that is there's a certain level of situationalness, which I think is nice because it means to a certain extent for some champions that the upgrades are balanced. Because I've got like 2 or 3 different builds for Voltar they'll take depending on like how much money we're making early, you know, if my team needs more healing or more damage or more pushing. And I've seen you do that on Derpal at least a couple of times, or at least I feel like it's been that way.
Well, my builds are, I don't know. There is one upgrade that I will either not take or take, and that is the, how is it? It's whenever I go out of turret mode, I do a knockback pulse. Which you may think, wow, that's super cool. But there's a problem with it. If you have the invisibility rune, I'm calling it that, I don't care, and you go in and then out, you're fine. But if you go in and out and pulse, you lose invisibility. That is huge. Because that means once I position, if I've made a mistake, I cannot reposition.
Hit rematch.
What in God's name am I looking at? I'm already in the rematch.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm looking at some weird Power Rangers thing.
Oh, that's fantastic. That's of Century. That's fan art. I love that one.
Oh, Sentry. Oh, we never even talked about him. Sorry to go back to an old topic, but oh my god, I kind of want the DLC just to play Sentry.
Yeah, that is worth noting, is that we haven't bought the DLC.
He's a support tank.
We're only playing with vanilla.
Yes. Yeah, but as I was saying about the build, this one here, deployment pads, the problem is this turret row. I've got slow, which is super handy in PvP because I can nick them and they can't do anything. Shield is kind of handy. I'm liking it less and less the better I get. Solid fist missiles is really cool because if they come close to me, I can slam them with some missiles. Damage is damage, and then there's this. So normally, I bounce between slow and the deployment pad. But I've actually been using the deployment pads a lot less.
Oh,
I don't know what it is.
They've got a Lone Star, a Gnaw, and a Leon. It's just like a PvP game. Hooray. Or someone to call me a scrub.
I thought we were playing Awesomenauts in League, not League.
Something like that. And so then just to finish off, oh my god.
Oh my god!
Yeah. I don't know how you feel about that.
Respawning.
But to finish off that bit about the solar system, that also plays into something that we've noticed is that since there's not individual character leveling, what there is there's profile leveling. And as you guys just saw when we won that last game, I'm like level 101 right now. What level are you?
I think I'm like high 60s, almost 70.
Yeah. So that's, for those of you unaware, that's how you get the ability to buy different upgrades in the game, is you level up your character profile, and it sort of goes sequentially. First you unlock all the champions and a couple of little upgrades, and then you just start unlocking the upgrades in the order in which you unlock the champions. And it's cool, and to be honest, I don't really have a problem with the system. I don't know if that's what I would have done, but I don't really have a problem with it. Because like I said, all the upgrades are balanced, so you're still going to be able to get cool shit earlier on, it's just you get more options later.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I have to be getting really close to another upgrade for my character though. I'm kind of getting a little irritated. It's been a long time since I got that deployment pad, and it wasn't even that great for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, I just don't care.
He does not care. Long hair does not care. And
yes,
just on a last note too, it's kind of funny because I was looking it up at the level cap. I think currently it's like 133. There's totally a prestige option in this game, which is exactly what you think it is. You keep all your champions unlocked, or Awesomenauts unlocked, but then you give up all of your unlocked upgrades. You have to re-unlock them, so you get a cool little decal next to your name. Kind of silly.
Oh, really? You lose the upgrades?
Yep, you lose all of your upgrades. You just don't lose any of your unlocked champions.
Ooh, I do not think I would do that.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that I would either, but it's definitely a thing that happens. So, all in all, I'm pretty pleased with the way the game's set up. It's, for what it is, and for what the game's trying to accomplish, their leveling system and their money system and stuff, I think it works well to create an atmosphere of a particular kind of game, which is what they want, and that's fine.
Damn.
Oh, nice, good kill. Okay, I'm actually going to back and buy just so we don't win immediately, because I think we still have one more talking point to go over.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit here and be an asshole.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure how long I'll be an asshole for.
No, you do your thing.
Yeah, I'm dead. I nuked 2 people.
Yeah, that's positive. Okay, so then, sort of how we want to tie this up, it's obviously the name of the series is called Going Pro At, and we obviously don't think we're going to go pro at Awesomenauts. I would seriously doubt if there was an esports scene at all. There might be like a college league, and kids might play for fun. I don't know what the deal is. But the issue is we pick games that have at least some sort of competitive nature, and we see how good we can get at them. So then that raises the question of how does Awesomenauts perform as a competitive game? Is it fun in the traditional sense of other esports? Is it, is it playable? Basically, how competitive is it? And it's sort of an interesting question. I have some strong opinions about that, and I'm sure you do too, Stan. I'd be interested to hear what you have to say about it, just on a general scope.
Yeah. I wouldn't really consider Awesomenauts a a competitive in the same way that StarCraft would be considered competitive. I would consider it more like a casual competitive game, like the same way that a game of Battlefield would be.
Or Mario
If
Kart.
you're not playing in a league or anything. Yeah, or Mario Kart. It definitely has a competitive nature to it. Unfortunately, there's issues, and they've said that they aren't going to really work on it because it's not really the goal. Like, the champions are not super balanced.
Yeah, they're just not.
Like, as we were talking about, Coco can just poke from anywhere she wants, and you just get to sit there and like it and be bad. In a competitive, like, in a serious competitive environment, that wouldn't be acceptable.
Yeah.
Because that's a huge advantage.
You'd
here,
always
it's
have
not
to have
as
a
big of an
Coco on your
issue.
team, essentially, is what it would come down to if they played this game competitively.
Oh, no, fire! That was the thing.
But, and you bring up an interesting point, and I think that's worth talking about and noting as we continue to discuss this and play it, is that this game wasn't meant by the developers to be the next, oh, you're gonna die, to be the next StarCraft, or to be the next,
that was fun, though.
you know, major esport. That's not what they're trying to do, and there's a lot to be said about that. That's not their goal, and that's fine. There's lots of aspects of this game that just make it fun. I mean, the art style, the characters, everyone has a silly voice, there's little internet memes and catchphrases thrown all over the place. You know, it's meant to be that kind of game. Buy some upgrades here.
Yeah, most definitely. It's definitely meant to have a really strong humor to it. I know Squiggin is just constantly doing puns because he throws an anchor that can latch on people. And it's like, I'm really hooked on to you, and stuff like that.
It seems I've grown
He gets
terribly
really old
attached.
and you keep
It's
getting
not funny anymore, Squiggins.
Yeah.
This fucking hurts.
Basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although, that notwithstanding, I think it would be interesting, at least as a thought exercise, behind us, to consider what it would take to make this game a little more interesting for people that want them to play it more seriously. And then we have noticed out the door, is, as you guys saw earlier, the character selection screen, I think would have to be redone in a more traditional sense, in that I want to see what my teammates are picking, and I want to see what the enemy's fielding. Just because there are some team comps, like Sand and I's heavy, or medic heavy combo, that works very well, and there's some compositions that just energize better, just blatantly. And it would be nice to be able to see...
what was the one we had? We had like a Raylan, a guy from Years of War, and...
Someone.
Soldar? I think, maybe? And they would basically just say, you! And blow us up. And then, like, 12 seconds later, you! Blow us up.
Yeah, the Lone Star, the guy with...
And I was
he was just throwing hardcore dynamite that sucked. But so yeah, there's synergy.
Yeah.
And it would be nice if they had an option that you could go into a more serious matchmaking and, you know, sort of see what everyone's picking to, you know, make it a little more competitive.
Ranked versus unranked.
Yeah, and then in the same field as that, I do agree with you that there are some champions like Coco or like Island, and even you to a certain extent, you're kind of a bullshit champion. But you can at least be countered.
I'm bullshit if you don't deal with me properly.
Yeah. Oh, but so what I would
If
like
I'm
to
dealt with
see
properly, I'm absolutely worthless.
implemented is an option for let's get to the bottom turret too. Is an option for banning. I would like to see picks and bans, just because I think in any game, I understand the other MOBA that we played. I don't know if we're allowed to say its name, but it's based on gods and mythology. One issue with that game is that yes, I understand you have a bunch of champions and you're not worried about hardcore balancing. Balancing can be difficult, you just want to have cool champions to play. I 100% understand that. What I want though then is the option to ban the champions that suck the most from being played when I'm playing against them. And that's what it needs to be in this game. It's like, okay, I understand, like, crazy strong competitive play, or Coco or something, then I want the option to ban them. And that, I mean, we can have games where, you know, it's anyone can be picked, where it's sort of blind pick or something like that. That can be the standard. But I think if this game was going to be competitive, it needs an option of banning, just because some champions are broken. Gonna knock it out. And to go along with that, I think my final point about competitiveness too is the issue with the ranking system. They sort of have a very simple and basic ranking system in how they decide where your rank is on the leaderboard. The divisions that they have, they said, are purely aesthetic. Hooray, we win!
He didn't have anything to do with that one.
Nope. But so the rankings, they say are purely aesthetic, like the fact, or the leagues rather, that's what I should say. The fact that I'm in one league and he's in another, that's just based on our ranking in the overall leaderboard, which is all fine and well, but the issue for me is that your ranking is only determined by your win-loss rate. So if the game goes on for like a half hour, which is a really long Awesomenauts game, and you do really well, you take tons of kills, it's super close, it comes down to neither of you have turrets and you're both on base, and the other team wins, you get punished for that loss, and sometimes you get punished pretty severely, which is a problem to me.
Rematch or main?
Let's just head back to the main menu. I think we've just got about this wrapped up. But,
Yep.
I think that's part of the issue, is that you get punished, and like you were talking about earlier with Abandons, you get punished for things that I don't think you should be punished so severely for. It's like, no, I got, you know, a bunch of kills, and I took down turrets, and I got a bunch of solar. Why should I go down in the rankings when maybe someone else in another game that sucked really hard and got carried is going to take my spot, even though I'm better than him, just because I lost to teammates that were very evenly matched?
Yeah. Well, there is something also to be said that it's a little weird in how it works. I'm not 100% sure how it works exactly, but okay. So I'm in 7, you're in 5. So if me and Holmes are in a group, then we're considered a rank 6 team, and they will try and get another team that is rank 6. Now that could end up being a 4 and a 8. That would be a rank 6 team. They would consider that an even match. To an extent, that would be, but at the same time, that's not quite how it works. But then I'm not too sure how the win and loss is. If there's an 8 and a 4, do I lose more or do I lose less? Like, it's just there's a lot of balancing issues. Like, it's definitely a system thrown in for the sake of rough balancing.
Yeah,
But especially like me, when you play at weird times, that can cause major issues because I could just get a crap group against a really good group and I lose ranking, but because of sometimes how the numbers is, I can lose a lot of ranking just because of how the numbers kind of calculate and causing me some grief, but
yeah.
we'll see how it goes over the next little while.
Yeah, that's the thing, is we're only halfway through, and we're going to check in again and do this sort of same longer video check-in as sort of a wrap-up on Saturday, but all of that aside, like we were saying before we started that conversation, is that we understand this game is not meant to be crazy competitive. You know, there's not going to be, at the next WCG, there's not going to be a Team America Awesomenauts, and that's fine. So far, at the very least, it's worth saying I'm having a lot of fun. It's sort of getting tedious in that we've played a lot of this game, and it's not my most favorite thing in the world to do right now, but I'm having fun, and I'm still enjoying it. I assume you are too?
Yeah, no, the game definitely has a lot of fun to it, and honestly, once this is over, I'll probably still play it a bit. I mean, it's not free, we bought it, so we might as well keep playing it a bit.
Yeah, off and on.
But I'm starting to get that kind of wanting to get back to the Minecraft series. I want to get back to the Space Base series. Want to finish up the Sniper series. We're having some weird syncing issues with, but I'm not hating this. Like, I know I can finish the league.
Yeah.
Like, it's definitely a fun game.
Yeah, so we're going to keep on working our way through this and hopefully getting up as far as we can. I'm betting I'm probably going to hit rank 3 or 4 by the time this is all done. We'll kind of see what happens, but that's my goal. Tier, I'm sorry.
If you hit rank 3 or 4, I'm going to be extremely impressed.
The best. I'm going to be a champion.
Saturday, you're 1, I'm 2. Well, so we
are going pro. Turns out there is a pro scene, and we are it.